Welcome, guys, to We Gonna Talk About It. It's your girl, Kenyatta. Hi, guys. I missed you. I'm so happy to be here this evening with you. So, guys, we got a juicy topic tonight. We are gonna talk about 99% chance you are not the baby daddy. Remember Murray Show? When they used to bring the men on here, the woman would bring one man on the floor, and then she be swearing he the daddy. He ain't the daddy. She bring another one. He ain't the daddy. He ain't the daddy. What's up with that, guys? What's up with that, ladies? All right, men. Tonight is y'all night. We're going to talk about some wrongdoings that the females are doing. Now, females, don't get in your feelings. If you ain't did this to a man, big ups to you. It don't take this doing it to a man. If you want to keep him or get him, this is not how you do it. Okay. So, fellas, this one is for you. We're going to talk about this and see what brings certain women to these tactics. So, guys, of course, I'm not for this. Trapping a man to keep him, lying to him when somebody else is the baby daddy. I feel like you should have thought about that before you got into bed with that person. You know what I'm saying? If there was a better choice to make a baby daddy with, you should have went with that first option, not the second one. Most likely that was not the good one. I do know sometimes we get caught up in the moment. You can't get caught up like this, boo boo. This is just not justifiable. It's nothing I could say to make this right. Being a parent is a wonderful thing. It's even more wonderful and beautiful when you know that seed is yours. You planted that seed. Um, Deception, being involved in this, is not a good thing. I think how I'm always telling you guys that some things could get you killed, like people snap. I believe in Snapped. I love that show. I constantly watch it because I want to remind myself that these are things not to do. Okay. We can't do these things to people. People have feelings. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine um being told that I'm somebody's dad, if I was a man, and then come to find out 10 years later, I'm not the father. Like, I can't imagine. This must be devastating to a man. And guys, I feel so bad because I was watching this show, of course, and it was about a mother and, well, it was about a wife and a husband. They were married for 27 years. They have a 10-year-old son. um the husband never would think that it was not his child. The wife said she had a one night stand. This is even more devastating because, girl, a one night stand, you should have had him wrap it up. Like, you laying down, raw dog for a one night stand. Girl, where is your ethics? Anywho, that's another story for another time, but you know what I'm saying, guys. Like, come on, if you gonna get a one night stand, you really don't know this dude. Like, come on, you letting him worship in your temple without protection? I call it a temple, girl. Yes. Okay. This is my husband's temple. Yeah. Only he worshiping in it. And if somebody else was worshiping in it, they'd have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops just to get in my church. But anyway, like I said, your girl gets sidetracked. Let's get on with the story. Anyway, child is 10 years old now. Um, he becomes where he's sick or something. He needs some kind of a blood transfusion of some sort. The mother and the father is the first ones that's, raising their hand like, I'll do it, I'll do it. Mm. Come to find out, daddy's not a match. Yeah, that's how he found out. Could you imagine? He found out in the hospital. This is a true story, guys. Okay. Um, it saddens me to know that some human being out there would do this to another human being. And like I said, I know people get caught up in the moment, but this is not a caught up moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had 10 years. Like, what happened to, okay, you did the one night stand. You didn't know whose baby it was. I understand that. How about you go sneak and get a blood test yourself to find out? You know what I'm saying? Once you find out that that's not that man's baby, you need to tell. I didn't say tell about the other stuff. I'm just saying, like, once you find out that that is no chance you know, your husband's son, you need to share that with him. And whatever comes with it, you deserve it. I'm sorry. Those are the consequences you have to face for one, cheating, having the one night stand. Number two, you cheated and you didn't even make him wrap it up. Number three, it's just wrong on all platforms. I can't even, I could keep going. I could go to 100. Why? You gonna have to feel this now. And I'm always on the women's side most of the time, because I'm always saying, men don't do this, they don't do that. But this right here, mm-mm. The king that is being your baby's daddy, that's being your husband, that's being a good father, he doesn't deserve this. You have ruined this man now for somebody else. I truly believe that. He's not going to trust a woman again 100%. He's not. He can't. Even if he says he does, he can't. Because it's always going to be in the back of his head that that woman is telling him a fib, or she could possibly be telling him a fib. It's not going to work out. I believe that he could have another successful relationship if he really chooses to, if he gives it to God. But I believe if he doesn't give it to God, and he's not one of those that does that, he truly cannot have a successful relationship with the next woman. And most likely the next woman might be the right one. And now you've ruined it for her. You've ruined that experience for him. When he does have a child now, he's going to put this new woman through all kind of, tests. I mean, he's going to want a DNA test and everything. How is she going to feel when he asks for that? Hopefully he would have shared this story with her so that she knows where he's coming from. Because I couldn't see, if I was with somebody like me, when me and my husband was together and he asked me for a DNA test, we weren't married yet. Like, I'd be like, what? You serious right now? Yeah, that wouldn't fly, guys. So, it's hard. I understand. But ladies, we can't do this. Trapping a man, lying to him, telling him it's his baby and it's not. We can't do that. Do you know how many lives this is going to change? Not only just your husband, what about his peoples, his family? Like, they have taken this child in as their own because that's what they thought. What about his grandmother, his grandparents? Like, this is just, how they say a little lie starts as a little lie, but then it just becomes so much bigger. This is one of those, because now you didn't even, first of all, this wasn't even the start of a little white lie. It was a big lie that you told your husband. That's number one, especially when you found out that it was his baby. It wasn't his baby, excuse me. Then you lied to the rest of the family too. I mean, your family as well. And what about this child? Is it fair to this child that he doesn't get to know his real father? What if his real father, even though it was a one night stand, he stepped up to the plate and he wanted to be a daddy? You have taken that away from him. This is just wrong on all floors. I could go around to each individual who you wronged. You didn't just wrong, your husband. You wronged your child. You wronged that other man that you had the one night stand with. You wronged both parties, family members, the baby daddy family members, the one night stand, and your husbands. How could you do that? What kind of human does this? And the child, now could you believe, guys, this husband, of course he wants a divorce because he wants one. Why wouldn't he? But the way he was handling it was so, I'm not saying it was he just was so, he was not calm. You could tell that he was more hurt than mad. You know what I mean? You know how some brothers, they just get mad. They look like they're gonna like break your neck and you need to run. He wasn't even like, he wasn't there yet if he was gonna get there. You know what I mean? He was in the first stages of it. Like, I think he couldn't believe what he was hearing. He could not believe what he was hearing, and I think he was just so hurt. Like, guys, this man was hurt. He was crying. You know, it just was bad. I don't like to see a man cry neither. That is like, I can't take that. You know, it's hard for certain men to like even go to that side, like to be honest and talking to you, like, and just let their whole guard down. But when they're crying and stuff, that you know, like, you have hurt them to the core. Ladies, drop comments. Men, drop comments. Do you know somebody that's been in this kind of situation? Have you been in this kind of situation? Ladies, have you done something like this? You know, or do you know somebody that's done something like this? Like, I understand we are all human at the end of the day. God hears all of our cries. He hears all of our repentance. So if you repented, God will forgive you. And that's truly all that matters, is that God forgives you. But I just, you know, it's just terrible that somebody has to go through this. You know, it's not good, guys. I pray that this hasn't happened to anybody on my platform. Y'all are my peoples, my families, and I know this could be a great and big ordeal. This is a breakup thing. Like, I don't believe a couple could come back from this. You know, like I said, you got to be really strong. You got to really have God in both people's lives. Like, I don't believe it's just gonna, you know, heal itself. I know God can do all things. If you both have God, like I said, it could be fixed. I believe that. But if you don't have God, it can't be fixed. It's unfixable, guys. Um, let's learn from this. You know, deceiving somebody is a terrible thing, and you never truly gain back that person's trust. I really believe that. Even if you have God, like I said, you repent, you know, you go to him with it. I know you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? You will forgive that person, but it's just, I believe it's always there. I mean, I truly do. I have, you know, forgave for many of things that people have wronged me for, and I'm sure they've done the same for me. But always, like, I'm like, well, what if she's still thinking about this? Or what if he's still thinking about that? You know, it's just hard for all the peoples involved. I really believe that. Um, we have to be careful, you know, what we're doing. You know, what the woman said was, the wife, she said they were in a bad place at that time, you know, when she stepped out on him. And I understand being in a bad place. Guys, listen, marriage is hard, okay? If somebody tells you it isn't, they are lying. They are lying. It is hard, okay? Um, you have to basically totally, I believe this, if you're truly you want to serve your marriage correctly. My opinion, guys. I believe you are no longer one. You are a unit now, and you need to function as such. With that being said, it's a lot to um, try to change that narrative when you've been on your own for so long. You've been that one person for so long. Now you have to think about another person's feelings before you move. You know what I mean? You just have to. It's the way it's done. You don't want your husband making decisions without you that you know is going to affect both of you guys' life. You know, you have to change a lot of things on both sides. I'm not just talking about the woman, I'm talking about the man too. And sometimes it can be very hard to do that. But I say, when you stand at the altar and you repeat those words and you say those words and you say, I do, that means you want this union. You know, you both want this union, and you both have to strive to make it work. It is hard, like I said, especially, I believe, when you are a young couple, it is extra hard. Extra. Um, it just is. Your minds are different. I know you love each other, you got married and this and that, but that doesn't mean that it's still, you know, not hard. It is. Um, I believe that his wife truly loved him. You could tell these two loved each other. I could just tell the love was pouring out of them. like I said, it was more hurt than mad. You know, I do believe eventually it gets to that point. But for now, while I was watching the show, they were at the hurt stage, okay? I don't know what this woman is gonna do to try to keep her marriage together. I don't know if there's anything she can do. Like I said, she can pray, he can pray, and if they're a praying some couple, they will make it through. But guys, the way they were talking, I don't know if they're a praying son couple. I'm gonna be honest with you. I truly don't know. Okay. Um, I talk a certain way. People think that I don't be like, how can she believe in God? And she, she's always using slang or she's doing because what you see here, um, and how I'm talking, like I said, around the way girl, she can love Jesus too. People forget that. Don't judge a book by its cover all the time. I am a product of an around the way girl who was brought up, you know, in a house that was full of aunts and nanas and my mom who raised me in the church. Just because I chose to be in the world doesn't mean that I did not know Jesus, that I still don't know Jesus. I know him very well. Okay. And, just because I like to change my hair or wear my makeup or wear red lips or, wear my jewelry or I like to have a cocktail, that doesn't mean that I don't know Jesus. So it doesn't mean that, guys, like I said, I hope they're a prayer some couple because they're going to need it. I hope the husband does not follow through with the divorce. And the reason why I'm saying that is truly not just for the woman, it's for the child. That child has called this man daddy for the last 10 years. 10 years. He doesn't know no other daddy. Sorry, guys, just checking the time. He doesn't know any other daddy. So, what is this child supposed to do now? What's the child supposed to do? When he asks his mommy, um, where's daddy, if this man truly decides to go off with this, this divorce, when he asks her that, what will she say? I'm wondering, will she be honest? I mean, can she be honest at that point? The child is only 10. Um, I don't know. Guys, when everything basically brings me to tears now because I'm going through this woman thing. I'm burning up, as you can see. I got a little tanky top on. I'm in the kitchen, guys, where I hate to be. You know that. Yes, I'm getting off the subject. I'm making my Easter dinner tonight. I usually would make everything fresh in the morning, but your girl can't do that. Hubby been keeping me up late every night, thinking that it's 1999 again, like we in party season. So I had to put this food in the oven. I am now making a lasagna. My ham is in the oven. Yes, it's glazed with brown sugar and pineapples. That's how your girl do. She knows how to burn over here. And when I say burn, I don't mean burn the food. Okay. I'm making cabbage. The cabbage I will make tomorrow. I'm making fried cabbage. Um, with fat back in it. Yes, I said it. We don't do cabbage without fat back over here, okay? And I'm gonna make some white rice. We're gonna have some Hawaiian rolls. We're gonna have garlic bread for people that want to eat the lasagna. And when I say people, guys, it's just me, the husband, and the son. If one of my sons or his friends come over, they love to eat King Hedda's food, so I have to make sure I make extras. But me and the husband plan to just rest tomorrow and lazy lay and watch movies, and that's what we're gonna do. We got all our little snacks. My husband got his snacks. I got my fruit. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm coming back on here later, just to show y'all my lasagna. The ham is not gonna be done for another couple hours because I just put it in the oven, but my lasagna gonna be ready in like 45 minutes. And I gotta show it off. Yeah, because I want y'all to see what your girl working with. All right. Yeah, I said it. I'm bragging. Come on. That's what we do over here. We are confident. We are beautiful. We are fabulous. We are marvelous. We of wherever God needs us to be over here. You seeing this melanin skin? Just you seeing it? You see the glow? Come on now, baby girl got a facial last week. Look at this. Look at this. This is not a glow from any argan oil. There's no oil on my face whatsoever except for the oil that is making itself. Your girl's face is looking real good right now, okay? I didn't even detox. Today is not Sunday. Y'all know tomorrow is the detox day. But I'm telling you, after that lady scrubbed my face last week, guys, it was just, it's so necessary. I'm gonna try to go at least like, if God please, because you know your girl says she's buckling down on spending. If God please, I told you I do have that membership that I get and it rolls over all the time. The facials are included. So if I want to go just get a facial, I can, and it's already paid for because I paid for the month. It's like $70 a month or something. I know it's an extra bill, but it's necessary. And I've been had it for, like I said, I had the membership for like over a year now. Excuse me, guys. And it is necessary. Like I said, I just wasn't getting the facials. Like I was just getting the body scrubs. Mm-mm. Your girl's doing the facials now. So if God please, in a month, I'll be due for another facial. And what I can do is, instead of using one service because they pile up, they keep rolling over, I'm going to use two. I'm going to get the facial and then I'm going to get my body scrub. And then for any extra things, like if you want the hot stones or anything, they'll put that on you for $20. Like each extra thing is $20. So your girl is gonna have her little funds on the side, maybe 10, maybe 20, and then another 20 because you gotta tip them. So $40 out of pocket, and then the rest just goes on my membership. All right, so that's what we doing. But anyway, your girl gets sidetracked. Don't come for me. This is what we do over here. I love talking to you guys. Y'all my peoples, and y'all just gonna have to accept it, okay? I wanted to talk about my skin because it's looking good right now, right? I know yours looking good. You could show me too. My peoples look good over here. Anyway, anywho, so what would you guys do in this situation? Are you gonna keep the lie going? Like, are you gonna make up some kind of excuse why your husband can't get the blood work done? Are you gonna think of something clever to come up with so that you could keep this lie going? Let me ask you this too, ladies, because there's a lot of, I noticed this. The lady that was in this situation, like I said, it was a one night stand. She did not know this man. She never seen him again after that or nothing. There was no strings, nothing. It was just casual with them two. They did it. Whoop de whoop. She went home. He went home. That's it. What? I mean, I don't even think it was in the back of her head that this wasn't her husband's child. Like, I think she really thought, oh, it was one time. It's my husband's baby. No big deal. She did not think that this was not her husband's baby. But I'll tell you this. It should have clicked in her head, like when the doctor told her they needed the blood transfusion. Like at that point, I would have been like, oh my God, there's a possibility. You know what I mean? But now she was there already and I understand it's nothing she could have done. But even before that, just me knowing the person I am, I would have been paranoid. Like I would have been like, I gotta get this DNA test. I would have pulled some hair from his brush or somewhere. I would have got it done. Believe me, your girl would have got it done. Okay. And we would have found out before this situation happened. And if it came out that this was not his child, my husband's child, I would have told him, I'm sorry, I couldn't let it go for 10 years. I feel like that's a devious person to do that. And I know like you messing up your child's life, but you should have thought about that before, you laid down and had, especially laid down and no protection. Like that's the worst, the worst thing you could do. That's the worst. You can't cheat on me, go out, have a baby. You can't cheat on me, go out and get a disease. Like these are the things that are like you can't come back from that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this, I know it sounds crazy, but at least if you cheat on me, wrap it up. I know that you protecting yourself and you protecting me. You don't know where this person's been. You know what I'm saying? At least if you could cheat on me, wrap it up where you're not having a baby with this woman because I'm the only one that's supposed to be having your children. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I I couldn't accept all them other things that come with it. I couldn't accept it. I have a very bad temper, guys, and I always say that to you. You know, I believe God has, taken so many things from me that he knows that is not healing. That's not a healing situation. As far as how you speak to somebody, how you communicate with somebody, it is hard. I know it's hard, but you have to do it. Like, nobody wants to be demeaned or, spoken to in a certain kind of manner. So I tried, and like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm not a perfect person. So God has to take these things out of me, as he see fit, out of everybody. We are all a work in progress. We are not perfect people. So just pray about these things. Guys, I'm sorry for the noise. That's hubby. He's getting into things. He wants to eat now. So he doesn't care if this camera is out. He needs to feed that belly. He's watching the games upstairs. So he's in man heaven. Yes, I know I'm getting off the subject again, but that's what your girl does, okay? Y'all hear noise in the back. I have to tell you what it is, okay? It's hubby. He's being nosy. He's in my oven now. He's checking the food because I know he's going to try to eat some of this tonight. He says it's for tomorrow, but I know it's not going to make it, okay, guys? Anywho, back to the subject at hand. I don't know if I would be forgiven. Would you guys be forgiven in this situation? Would you forgive? Would you forgive and move on and put it behind you and stay in the marriage? This is a doobie, guys. Drop them comments. I want to hear how you feel. I want to hear if this has happened to you, or you know somebody close to you that is gone through this, and have they been able to overcome from it. I think that's a big thing, overcoming from it, if you can. Guys, I love you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful Easter. It's your girl Kenyatta, and we gonna talk about it. And we do real talk on this side. I hope this wasn't too heavy for Easter, guys. But I wanted to talk about it while I was fresh in my head because I saw it yesterday. All right, guys, I love you. Like I said, pull up your phone later, or your computer, or your TV, whatever you watching. I will be letting y'all take a look at my good lasagna, okay? Because it's gonna be done soon. I want my people to see what I'm working with. I want you to see what I'm working with. Your girl is doing it. Guys, one thing. All right. If y'all can see this, I'm drinking this stuff now. It's 7-Up and it's zero sugar, tropical. Your girl is feeling this. It might take over the Crystal Light. I don't know yet. I'm just saying. Us thirsty people, us diabetic people, and you can't drink juice, try this. This 7-Up Tropicana. Not Tropicana, oh my gosh. Tropical zero sugar 7-Up. Okay? Try it. If you like it, say thanks to your girl. It's good, guys. It tastes almost as good as Kool-Aid, but not as good. All right? All right, it's your girl Kenyatta. Peace out. And it's real on this side, guys. I love you.